I never believed in anything supernatural. Not ghosts, not spirits, not the stories people tell to scare themselves at night. I was the kind of person who needed proof, something real, something I could see or touch. That's why I took the night shift job. It was simple, a private storage facility on the edge of town. Quiet, isolated, and easy money. My job was to sit in a small office, monitor security cameras, and make sure no one broke in. 12 hours a night, from 7 p.m. to 7 a.m. The manager, a tired-looking man named Collins, barely looked at me during the interview. "You'll be alone," he said. "No customers after 6 p.m., just cameras and patrols." I nodded. That sounded perfect. Then he added something strange. "If you see anything unusual, don't leave the office." I laughed a little. "Unusual like what?" He paused. "Just don't leave the office." I thought he was joking. I wish he was. The first night was exactly what I expected. Silent, boring, nothing happened. Rows of storage units stretched across the property, lit by weak yellow lights. The cameras showed empty hallways, locked doors, and the occasional stray cat wandering around. At 2 a.m., I did my first patrol. Everything was normal. No sounds, no movement. I went back to the office, drank coffee, and counted the hours until sunrise. That's when things started to feel off. It began with the cameras. Camera 7 showed one of the far storage corridors. At first, everything looked normal. But then I noticed something. A door was slightly open. Unit B12. I was sure it had been closed before. I zoomed in. Darkness inside. No movement. Probably just a customer who forgot to lock it properly. Still, I remembered what Collins said. Don't leave the office. I stared at the screen for a long time. Then I grabbed the flashlight. "I'll just check quickly," I muttered. The air outside felt colder than usual. Too cold. My footsteps echoed as I walked toward Unit B12. The lights flickered slightly, buzzing above me. When I reached the door, it was open just a few inches. I pushed it slowly. Inside, there was nothing. Just empty space. No boxes, no furniture, nothing. That was strange. Every unit was supposed to be rented. I turned around to leave. That's when I heard it. A sound behind me, like something dragging across the floor. I froze. "Hello?" I called out. No answer, just silence. Then, another sound, closer this time. I didn't wait. I ran back to the office. I tried to convince myself it was nothing. Maybe I imagined it. But deep down, I knew something wasn't right. At 1:47 a.m., camera 7 went static. Then it came back, and I saw it. Something standing inside Unit B12. A shape, tall, still, watching the camera. I couldn't see a face, just darkness. I leaned closer to the screen. "Is someone there?" I whispered, even though I knew they couldn't hear me. The figure didn't move, not even an inch. I remembered Colin's warning, "Don't leave the office." For the first time, I understood. I locked the door, turned off the lights, and kept watching the screen. The figure stayed there for hours, not moving, just standing, waiting. I almost quit, I really did, but I needed the money, so I went back. Worst decision of my life. Everything was quiet again, too quiet. At exactly 3:03 a.m., all the cameras went black, every single one. My heart started racing. Then, one by one, they turned back on, except camera 7. I stared at the empty screen, and then A knock. 3 slow knocks on the office door. I froze. No one was supposed to be here. No one. The knock came again, louder, more aggressive. "Open the door," a voice whispered. It didn't sound human. It sounded wrong, like multiple voices speaking at once. I stepped back. "No," I said quietly. The handle started shaking violently. "Open the door." I backed into the corner, holding my breath. Then suddenly, silence. The next morning, I checked the recordings. I needed proof, something to explain what happened. I rewound the cameras to 3:03 a.m. Everything looked normal. No blackout, no figure, no one at the door, nothing. Just me, alone in the office, talking to nothing. I remembered Colin's warning, "Don't leave the office." For the first time, I understood. I locked the door, turned off the lights, and kept watching the screen. The figure stayed there for hours, not moving, just standing, waiting. I almost quit, I really did, but I needed the money, so I went back. Worst decision of my life. Everything was quiet again, too quiet. At exactly 3:03 a.m., all the cameras went black. Every single one. My heart started racing. Then, one by one, they turned back on, except camera 7. I stared at the empty screen, and then a knock. 3 slow knocks on the office door. I froze. No one was supposed to be here. No one. The knock came again, louder, more aggressive. "Open the door," a voice whispered. It didn't sound human. It sounded wrong, like multiple voices speaking at once. I stepped back. "No," I said quietly. The handle started shaking violently. "Open the door." I backed into the corner, holding my breath. Then suddenly, silence. The next morning, I checked the recordings. I needed proof, something to explain what happened. I rewound the cameras to 3:03 a.m. Everything looked normal. No blackout, no figure, no one at the door, nothing. Just me, alone in the office, talking to nothing. I shouldn't have come back. I told myself that over and over again as I sat in the office, staring at the monitors. My hands were colder than usual, even though the heater was on. 2:41 a.m. Nothing. 2:52 a.m. Still nothing. The silence felt heavier than before. Not peaceful, not empty, like something was waiting. At exactly 2:59 a.m., camera 7 flickered once. Just once. Then it went back to normal. I leaned forward, squinting at the screen. "Okay, that's new," I whispered. The corridor looked the same, but something felt wrong. The door of Unit B12 was closed, completely closed. I froze. I was sure it had been open the last time I checked. Slowly, I reached for the logbook next to me and flipped through the pages. No record of anyone renting that unit. No entry, nothing. My stomach tightened. 3:03 a.m. The lights above me buzzed, then dimmed, then all the cameras flickered at the same time. Not off, just flickering, like they were struggling to show something. Camera 7 turned to static. A low, distorted sound filled the room. Then, suddenly, it came back, and the door of Unit B12 was open again, wider than before, pitch black inside. And then, something moved. Not outside, inside the unit. Slowly, something stepped forward. I held my breath. A figure, tall,
thin, unnatural. But this time I could see more. Its arms were too long, hanging almost to the ground. Its head tilted sharply to one side, and its face, there was no face, just a smooth, empty surface, like something unfinished. It stepped out of the unit, one slow step, then another. The camera didn't glitch, didn't cut. It followed perfectly, like it wanted me to see everything. The figure stopped and turned directly toward the camera, toward me. I felt my chest tighten. It knew I was watching. Then it started walking, not running, not rushing, walking, like it had all the time in the world.
A noise echoed through the facility, not from the speakers, from outside the office. A dragging sound, the same one I heard before. Closer now, much closer. I slowly turned my head toward the office door. Silence. Then, a faint whisper, right behind the door. "You came back." My blood ran cold. I forced myself to look back at the screens. Camera 5, the main corridor. It was there, halfway down the hall, moving toward the office. Its body didn't move like a human. It jerked slightly, like frames missing from reality. Camera 4, closer now, its head slowly turning. Camera 3, right outside. 3 knocks, slow, heavy, deliberate. I didn't move. Open the door. That voice again, layered, wrong. I shook my head, whispering to myself, "No, no, no." The handle didn't move this time. It didn't try to break in. It just waited. And then it spoke again. But this time, it sounded exactly like me. "You're still inside, aren't you?" I felt my legs give out. I slid down to the floor, unable to look at the door. One by one, the screens turned off. Camera 1, Camera 2, Camera 3, until only one remained. Camera 7, the place where it started. And on that screen, I saw something impossible. The office, my office, from inside. The camera angle was wrong, too low, too close, and in the frame, I was sitting at the desk, staring at the monitors. But I wasn't moving, not breathing, just sitting there.
I slowly looked up from the floor, at the real desk in front of me. The chair was empty, cold. My heart started pounding so hard I thought I would pass out. Then the screen flickered, and the version of me on camera 7, a soft click behind me. I didn't hear the handle turn. I didn't hear the lock, but I knew the door was open. I didn't turn around. I couldn't. A presence filled the room, heavy, silent, watching. Then, a whisper right next to my ear. "You are not where you think you are anymore." The next morning, I forced myself to check the recordings again. My hands were shaking so badly I could barely press the buttons. I rewound everything. 2:59 a.m., normal. 3:03 a.m., normal. No flicker, no figure, no knocking, nothing. Just me, sitting at the desk, looking at the screens, alone. But then, I noticed something. At exactly 3:03:17, I stopped moving for almost 10 seconds, completely still. Then, I slowly turned my head and looked directly into the camera.
smiling. I quit that same day. I didn't even speak to Collins. I just left. But something is wrong. I don't feel alone anymore. Mirrors feel different, like there's a delay, like something is trying to copy me. Last night, I woke up at exactly 3:03 a.m., standing in front of my bedroom door. I don't remember getting out of bed. I don't remember walking, but my hand was on the handle, and I was smiling. Not a normal smile, the same one from the footage. I don't think it followed me. I think it replaced me, and whatever is inside this body now is waiting for the next door to open.